Foreign Minister of United Arab Emirates. What is going to be discussed in Islamabad?
Just after this visit, we'll have a visit of the Consular Committee, which would be focusing on to discuss one issue of visas and consular access in Pakistan. So there are a series of visits, and there's a consistent economic, political consultations between the two sides. Political relationships between the two countries have always been excellent.
What is the trade potential between Pakistan and United Arab Emirates now?
Bilateral trade between the two countries is already $10 billion. $10 billion is just the tip of the iceberg. The potential of bilateral trade between the two countries can be much more, $40 billion.
Which areas in Pakistan UAE is interested in investment?
They would like to invest in infrastructure in Pakistan, ports, airports, in the mining sector.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to program Insight in V News English. Pakistan and United Arab Emirates are enjoying very close brotherly friendly ties. When we talk of Pakistan United Arab Emirates bilateral relations, it is always seen in a good spirit that United Arab Emirates is always interested in Pakistan's economic stability, Pakistan's prosperity, by making huge investment in different sectors in Pakistan. It's not only investment, there is a frequency of visits by UAE leadership to Pakistan. Recently, Pakistan has hosted Crown Prince of United Arab Emirates, and now on Sunday, Foreign Minister of United Arab Emirates would be paying a very, very important visit to discuss what is going to be discussed in upcoming a visit of the foreign minister. And earlier, United Arab Emirates has made pledges of huge investment in Pakistan. When these pledges, MOUs, would be materialized, what is the future of Pakistan-UAE relations? And there have been many positive developments, including easing of visa regime for Pakistani citizens. To discuss this all, we are fortunate to have with us Pakistan's ambassador to United Arab Emirates, Ambassador Faisal Niaz Tirmizi. Very warm welcome to program Insight in V News English, Ambassador Faisal. I would like to seek your comments on this very important visit by Foreign Minister of United Arab Emirates. What is going to be discussed in Islamabad on Sunday?
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And this is a very opportune time. In fact, if you look at this year, 2025 has been we have seen a positive trajectory, because first, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, paid a visit to Dubai. It was followed by the visit of the Foreign Minister of Pakistan to Abu Dhabi. And then, of course, there was the visit of the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Khalid, to Pakistan, in which many agreements were signed between the two countries.
Exactly.
And now we have this very important agreement by Sheikh Abdullah, who is also Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister of the UAE, and he's the younger brother of the ruler of Abu Dhabi and the President of UAE. So this is a great opportunity, and this is just a series of visits. In fact, just after this visit, we'll have a visit of the Consular Committee, which would be focusing on to discuss one issue of visas and consular access in Pakistan. A big delegation will be coming for that. That would be followed by bilateral political consultations between the two countries, which would be led by the additional secretaries from both sides. And it will culminate in the Joint Ministerial Commission, which will be held in May. So there are a series of visits, and there's a consistent economic, political consultations between the two sides. So as you are aware that the relationship between Pakistan and the UAE is historic. In fact, the foundation of this relationship was laid by none other by Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan when he was the ruler's representative in Alan. He was the governor of Alan. And at that time, he had brought a lot of Pakistanis. So we're carrying forward that momentum. And it's a very important relationship, because it would provide an opportunity for the top leadership of both sides to review bilateral relationship, that how to carry these relationship forward, and how to exchange views on regional and international issues. And Sheikh Abdullah is not traveling alone. He's traveling with his Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ahmad Ali Al-Saik. He's traveling with 2 Assistant Secretary of State, Assistant Ministers, and a big delegation. So, and he would be, of course, during the visit, he will be meeting his counterpart, Sardar Saab, Deputy Prime Minister, and Foreign Minister. He would be calling on the Prime Minister. And some more meetings are expected. So this is a great opportunity, which shows the historical strength of relationship. But I always say that political relationships between the two countries have always been excellent. Now we have to give it more commercial, business to business, and people contact. And this is a visit in that direction.
So, Mr. Tirmizi Saab, the world over, the trade and economic issues are going through, of course, a turbulent time, particularly after tariffs announced by United States of America. Worldwide economies are facing tough time. In the backdrop of that, how hopeful and optimistic you are for the future of economic and trade ties between Pakistan and United Arab Emirates? Because Pakistan.
Sorry, I can't hear you because there's some problem with the.
No problem. So I will repeat the question. What is the trade potential between Pakistan and United Arab Emirates now? How Pakistan can make more exports to United Arab Emirates?
Bilateral trade between the two countries is already $10 billion. And of course, that's a significant figure, but that's what I've always maintained, that $10 billion is just the tip of the iceberg. The potential of bilateral trade between the two countries can be much more, $40 billion. I've always maintained, because Pakistan...
Because $10 billion. Exactly. It is
$10 billion, that's correct.
$10 billion. And can go up to 40.
And remittances from the UAE is around $6 billion, which is the second biggest remittances that we get from across the world after Saudi Arabia. And this year, we are expected to cross 7 billion. We have seen an upsurge of almost 33% of remittances from the UAE to Pakistan. But I strongly believe 10 billion is just the tip of the iceberg, because UAE itself is a $500 billion economy right now. Pakistan is $300 to $400 billion economy, but our potential is much more. And that's what I have noticed, that the more trade, the more investment, the more people-to-people contact, the more business-to-business contact, the more cultural contact, that is the potential of a relationship. Because I've been trying to sell Pakistan as a tourist destination in the UAE, because we have already eased the travel of UAE nationals to Pakistan, that a lot of people can enjoy the natural beauty of Pakistan. And one more sector that we can really focus on is the IT sector. And you know, Pakistan has the youth bulge and the youth potential. Sure. That's what we're trying to say, that more qualified people should be able to travel and work in the UAE from Pakistan, who have the requisite skill, the degrees, the soft skills to work in a multicultural, multi-religious environment, because UAE is a unique country where there are people from 200 different nationalities are working together. So we have to harness our workforce to work in this kind of environment and to contribute. And frankly, after what is we are witnessing globally, UAE is now focusing a lot to set up industrial base in the country. And they would be needing a lot of people to construct those buildings and to work on in those factories. So Pakistan and Pakistanis can contribute significantly in that field.
So this is what follow-up question is, there is going to be any discussion in future? As you said, there are frequent of exchange of high-level delegation in the days to come. Pakistan's manpower to UAE, how it could be enhanced?
There's a high power delegation coming from the UAE to discuss those issues, that why, because we have a presence of 1.7 million Pakistanis here. As I tell you, some people, Secretary of Defense was here, he left yesterday. We already have 465 flights between Pakistan and UAE a week. And by the end of the year, this number, 465 flights a week.
Per week.
Per week. And this number will jump to 500 soon. So there is is an issue. There's a demand for travel and tourism as well. So hopefully, I'm quite hopeful that after the visit of the foreign minister and the visit of the Consular Committee in Islamabad, we will see a significant improvement because the UAE see Pakistan as a major sector which contributes in development, in tourism, in travel. So we will see significant improvement soon.
Another significant development that also highlighted in the media, that was easing of visa regime for Pakistan. Over the last 2 years, Pakistani citizens have been facing tremendous problems. But now, due to your efforts, we have seen that visa regime has been further relaxed, and soon Pakistanis will be, general visitors would be able to visit UAE, particularly skilled workers, those who go for tourism. So please share some light on this, how it happened.
They have started a process of giving long-term visas to a lot of nationalities, but it has the requirements are quite stringent. You should have at least $5,000 in your account for 6 months. The visa fee is more, and you have to have a confirmed return ticket. But yes, there is some issues that they have raised with us repeatedly that, for instance, there's a requirement for nursing and physiotherapists. It should be 4 years degree. So that should be trying to show. So we should be able to sell high-end workers who could be earn more from Pakistan and send more money back to Pakistan. So these issues will be discussed during the visit of the Deputy Prime Minister, for Prime Minister, as well as the Consular Committee.
Which areas in Pakistan UAE is interested in investment?
UAE has already identified a number of areas. They would like to invest in infrastructure in Pakistan, in ports, airports, in railway tracks, in mining sector. So because that's what I say, UAE is a country which is flooded with cash. Their sovereign wealth funds like Mubadala, like ADQ, like Ardia, they're flush with money, and they are looking for opportunities where they can invest their money and they can make profit and repatriate as well. So this is just the beginning. And of course, once these projects become operational, you will see an upsurge of investments coming from the UAE and from other countries as well. Because Pakistan, whether it's a great investment destination, it's a market of 250 million itself. It is at the crossroads of Central Asia, Middle East, and South Asia. So we are a natural connector. Frankly, not that I'm from Pakistan, but a lot of investors that I meet here, they have nothing but full of praise. As you are already aware, Pakistan has 33,000 foreign trained physicians in the US. Even in the UAE, there are around 2,000 Pakistani physicians working in the UAE. If you go to the Cleveland Clinic, which is top of the line hospital, there are 45 doctors who are trained in Pakistan. So that's the kind of strength that Pakistan has. And that's what we need to do. We need to hone the skills. And we need those kind of physiotherapists. We need those kind of hospitality people who are working in hospitality. We need those kind of bankers to work in the markets here.
Ambassador Tirmizi Sahab, Pakistan has also a very soft culture, soft image, that is art, film. And we have seen many gatherings in Dubai and Abu Dhabi to project Pakistan's soft image. So how Pakistan's more this rich cultural image, rich cultural heritage could be promoted in United Arab Emirates?
You know, during this 23rd March event, we held it on the 8th of April. It was such a wonderful event in which we launched a book on the life and legacy of Sheikh Zayed Al Nahyan. It was written by a Pakistani, and it was a very well-attended event. And the flag of Pakistan could be seen for miles across Abu Dhabi throughout the day for 3 hours. And 2 ministers attended that event, and it created a lot of vibe because, you know, the best thing that the Emiratis appreciated that Pakistan acknowledged and honored the founder of the UAE on their national day. And the most important thing that was said by the author of that book, Khan Zaman, who runs a number of businesses in the UAE, that when Sheikh Zayed came back from the US after his treatment, he gave 15 minutes to the Pakistani community. But when they came, he gave them 2-3 hours, and all his children and grandchildren came to see him. And he told them that after the Emiratis, the people who are closest to me are the Pakistanis, because they came here in the 50s and 60s when we were not exporting oil, and they are our real friend. So that's what his children and grandchildren even noticed, that there is so much warmth. They said my father, who was not very well, but once he met the Pakistanis, he felt as if he was with his own people. So it was a very, very well received, the kind of reception. And then we got some artists from Pakistan who showcased the beautiful scenery of Pakistan, especially from Balochistan, of Gilgit-Baltistan. We got an artist who takes beautiful, exquisite photographs of Balochistan and Gilgit-Baltistan, and the people appreciated it. And then we had a display of Sheikh Zayed's, all the visits of Sheikh Zayed through Pakistan, right from the early 60s till his last visit. So it was very well appreciated by the Emiratis, and they came in big numbers. And you could see the buzz, the way it was carried in the local media as well as in social media. And that's what I say, that's cultural underpinnings. These are very important. Our exhibitions, our dramas, our paintings, that is the soft image of Pakistan that needs to be properly promoted all across the world, because Pakistan, that's what I say, Pakistan is a new country, but it has a 5,000 years old legacy. We are the proud inheritors of the Indus Valley civilization. If you go to the Louvre Museum here, they say that the 4 oldest civilization: Indus Valley, Nile Valley, Yellow River, and Euphrates. So that's the legacy of Pakistan that needs to be promoted.
One thing is, Pakistan is confronting the biggest security challenge. Pakistan is engaged in the war against terror, and the purpose is to secure this motherland. How UAE leadership sees Pakistan's sacrifices in the war against terror and the security challenge that Pakistan is fighting?
Well, we are a member of the Security Council right now, as you're aware.
True.
And Pakistan has always played a significant role to establish peace and stability, not only within the region, but internationally. We are the biggest contributor, one of the biggest contributors to the UN peacekeeping force.
Peacekeeping, exactly.
And of course, that's a very important. And Pakistan is one of the few countries which, after every 10 years, is back in the Security Council. Pakistan's contribution, not only in the Security Council, but in all international organizations, is deeply acknowledged. We have chaired ECOSOC, we have chaired development agencies. So Pakistan's contribution in the multilateral forum is extremely important. And that is something that the UAE leadership always acknowledges, because in fact, when the Pakistan was elected to the Security Council, so our engagement with is very regular on what is happening in the Security Council, because for the previous 2 years, UAE was sitting in the Security Council. So they think that Pakistan and UAE can contribute significantly for the establishment of peace and security in the region, because as you are aware, at present, there are certain challenges all across in the region and across the world. And that is something very important, that all countries are trying to contain those challenges, that these issues are resolved in accordance with the needs of the people and in terms of international peace and security, and on the basis of just solution.
Last question, how you see the future of this growing Pakistan-United Arab Emirates bilateral relations in the days to come? How you see this relationship in the field of economy, trade, tourism, connectivity, and many other fields?
As I said at the very beginning, we have excellent political relationship. We have to have more people to people, business to business, culture to culture, education to education linkages between the two sides, because ultimately these are the real leverages which strengthen a bilateral relationship. Because now the world is passing through a change as well, and that's what I have been focusing throughout my stay here. That we have to have more people to people, business to business, culture to culture, and education to education linkages between the two sides. I'm trying to establish linkages between the universities, between the think tanks, because that's something very important on any relationship. A relationship has to be sustained. Every generation has to bring in new vigor, because the the foundation of this relationship was laid down in the 60s and 70s, but the new generation has to take it to the next level. And that has been my endeavor after my arrival here, that we should have a multifaceted relationship, because there's a lot of respect for Pakistan and Pakistanis, because there's a lot of cultural familiarity in this country, because Pakistanis have been here for centuries and the Emiratis have been going to Pakistan. The linkages are historic, but what we need to do is to build on these special relationships to take them to the next level. And this relationship, you see, within this year, this is the 5th, 6th high-level visit between the two sides. That shows the kind of linkages that we have. And, amongst friends, we talk openly. When we sit together, we talk openly, we discuss issues, and we try to resolve it. So I have my full faith that this would be a great visit. And after this visit, you will see more investments coming from the UAE to Pakistan, because the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ahmed Ali Saig, is focused on trade and development basically. So his presence itself shows that UAE would like to look for more investment opportunities within Pakistan.
Thank you so much. Despite your very busy schedule, you participated in our program and shared very insightful information about future of Pakistan-UAE relations, particularly upcoming visit of the UAE Foreign Minister to Pakistan. Dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Allah Hafiz from studios.
Thank you so much.